Hey guys, it's Lisa, and I have not been around for the past couple days because I have been so exhausted from all of this bright line eating business. I've been so exhausted. I feel like I'm detoxing. I feel like my muscles are aching. My body's tired. And let me just tell you an example of how tired I am, how tired I've been. I've been so tired that the other day I was cooking dinner, and then let's say the tiredness kicked in probably about day 8 or 9 is when I really started going, whew, I don't know if I can make it. I mean, I was just so tired. So let me just give you an example. I'm cooking dinner and I'm standing in the kitchen, and I have my little spice cabinet to the left of me, and I open it up and I get out the oregano and I open up the lid and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, I forgot. We ran out of oregano. This is the new one. Oh, it has that tab over the top, like that piece of paper that seals it until you open it. And I'm gonna have to get a knife and I'm gonna have to take that off. And I think I'm just not gonna use oregano because that seems like so hard. I'm not kidding. That actually happened. I was that tired. I put the oregano back and just was like, the Italian seasoning's already open and just used it. And so anyway, I've been feeling exhausted. So that's why I haven't been posting videos. I'm feeling a little bit better today, and I'll tell you a couple of things that I have done that I think have helped with the that I think have helped a little bit to kind of push things along. And yeah, so let's see. Well, let me just get right into that. First of all, I have a question for you guys, for you smart people out there who know a lot about detoxification and stuff. So we know, most of us probably already knew this from just previous weight loss attempts, but Susan actually goes into how when you're losing weight, your body, basically your fat cells are shrinking, and those fat cells have been holding on to toxins this whole time. And so basically as they shrink, they're just like little buckets just dumping all those toxins into your bloodstream. So that's why you're exhausted. Plus there's the caloric deficit. And so, yeah. So here's my question. Before, when I did the bright line thing, I felt great on day 10, and I seriously went from eating a lot of not my food. I will not go into detail because we don't need to talk about that stuff. But yeah, I was eating not my food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There was a lot of dairy in my life, like you know, a lot of normal fast foods in my life. I was still vegetarian, but I would make up that protein serving with cheese, and I certainly wasn't eating enough vegetables and things like that. And so, yeah, and there are some things that come in packages where they say like a serving of 3 is like 180 calories. And yeah, I would eat that, and then I'd go, well, I'll just have like 5 more, and then 5 more, and then 3 more, and whatever. And then I'd be like, I just want to eat dinner. But of course I would eat dinner. So what I'm trying to get at here is that I came off of a very horrible diet. In fact, my kids kind of joke about me getting pregnant again because they remember when I was always going to get a certain round food, and they just looked forward to me sharing that with them. So they're like, oh yeah, can you please like get pregnant again? No, that would be no. That would be no. Not to mention the fact that I got pregnant at 47 and I'm 49 now, and I really don't need to be pregnant again. But anyway, but the thing is, so what I'm getting at though is that I felt great at day 10. Great. I felt fantastic. And I looked in my journal to verify what day it was, and it was day 10 that I felt great. In fact, I commented, I'm really worried that I'm not losing weight because I feel so good. Well, this time I'm coming off of a very healthy vegan diet. I wasn't controlling my portions, but I wasn't eating flour. I wasn't eating sugar. I wasn't eating dairy. I've maintained being vegan. I was eating lots of raw foods, fitting in green smoothies, all these things that I had wanted to try for longevity, but wasn't losing any weight. And yeah, I was really eating really healthy, and I am having a hard time with the detoxifying, a hard time with the tiredness. And yeah, I'm on day 12, day 13 if you count my test day. So I'm a little worried. But let me tell you why I'm a little bit perkier today, and just tell you a couple of things that helped me, that I think helped. So number one, I have been I was just kind of laying in the bathtub being like, ugh. But I actually started taking a bath with Epsom salts. Some people say Epsom salts are very detoxifying and they pull things from your body, and I was hoping that would get a move on. I don't know if you believe in that or not, but I actually feel like when I started putting 2 cups of Epsom salts in my bath every day, that I started to feel a little bit better. Now, maybe I would have felt better anyway, but it doesn't hurt to try. Epsom salts are cheap. They're not bad for you. It's not invasive, so why not? So I'm going to continue that because today is the first day that I felt like I could actually, like, I probably could have opened a bottle of oregano today. So the other thing is, even though I had been drinking tons of water, like I had already been drinking, I don't know, 4 or 5 20-ounce bottles a day just to stave off the hunger, I actually increased that a little bit. And I know you can drink too much water and you can flush your body of electrolytes. I just don't feel like I was there. And so I just increased my water. And what I did with the increased water is I continued drinking plain water from my water bottle. But I added about 3 jars of lemon water because lemon is also supposed to be detoxifying. And I think that really helped. And then the other thing that I really increased was the herbal tea, just making sure. So you're gonna see, like, there's kind of a trend here with the herbal tea and the water and the lemon water. There's a lot of liquid, so I'm really flushing out those kidneys and really flushing out the toxins. And then I feel like the bath was kind of doing some extra pulling on things. And I also had been adding like just a little teaspoon of apple cider vinegar to my water in the morning. And since I started doing those things, I think I definitely was feeling better. And so when I say herbal tea, I actually added a little bit of green tea to my herbal tea just for a little tiny caffeine boost because I no longer drink coffee. And I can't drink dandelion tea or dandelion coffee, which I love dandelion coffee, but I can't drink it without like a cup of almond milk in it. So I really was drinking like nothing, stimulating. So I did add a little bit of green tea along with my herbal tea. And I tried to make my herbs kind of more, I tried to kind of focus on things that were either energizing or detoxifying, but also that tasted good and I didn't mind drinking. So sometimes, that's just in that can just be in a Lipton tea bag. Sometimes I just was too tired to think about it. But since I'm in my herbal class, I actually did try a dandelion tea and things like that. And so I think those things helped. I also think getting a good night's sleep really helped. And also, kind of last but not least, having a plan for the day. So when I was planning my food, one of the things that really helped was to try to not make it elaborate. I normally really do like elaborate meals because I like to sit down and I like to have the experience and I like to have a beginning and an end. And it was kind of something that I learned in Weight Watchers, and I know that Brightline's not really about that, but for me, I really enjoy that. I enjoy having the beginning of a really nice, enjoyable meal. I have my water and I kind of imagine it's like a glass of wine and I can sit with my husband and my kids and we can talk and I have this meal, and then at the end I have an herbal tea and it just signifies that it's done. However, during this time, of course, I'm still having the meals with my family, but I have definitely been like keeping it really, really simple because it's just, I feel like I won't follow my bright lines if I need to. I won't follow my bright lines if I have to cook something and I just don't feel like it because I've been too exhausted. So those are a couple things. I hope they help you. I would love to hear it. If anybody A, knows why I'm having a harder time this second time around, or B, has more suggestions on kind of making this go a little faster. Okay, so then the last thing I wanted to talk about was the journals. And I just wanted to talk about how, this also goes to simplifying. So when I first started journaling, I just was keeping a journal right inside my food journal. And then I ordered this journal and I loved it so much that I felt like I couldn't fit everything in it. So I kept this one for my Brightline journaling and I ordered this one for my everyday journaling for just like about my kids and things like that. And then I also wanted to keep a gratitude journal, so I ordered this one for my gratitude journal. Well, first of all, I already told you that I love my 5-year journal. I really do. I love it a lot. And one of my biggest regrets is that as my bright lines got blurrier, I didn't keep up with it, because now when I look back, it's very enjoyable to look back and see how far I've come. And I wish I'd been journaling that whole thing. So I will not make that mistake again. I am journaling, but let me tell you how I came to make that mistake. Number one, my bright lines started getting blurry, and those two are probably tied together, like which came first, the chicken or the egg, the lack of journaling or the bright lines slipping. So, but the other thing is, I made it complicated, even though I was really enjoying it. Like, let's just kind of take a look at this. At night, I was going to bed, you know, like, okay, here's my stack of stuff I need to do before bed. And yeah, that wasn't like, that's not really very enticing. Even though I enjoy journaling, I'm like, yeah, let me take 10 minutes to write in this journal. Let me take 10 minutes to write in this journal. And let me take 10 minutes to write in this journal. And then let me write down my food plan. So, so this time around, I am totally getting rid of the second journal, because I'm just going to write my bright line and my everyday life stuff in one journal. And I'm going to be fine with that, because it was actually the joy of journaling that kind of made me overwhelm myself. So I'm staying with one journal. And the other thing is, I do not love this gratitude journal at all. I've tried to make it work, but I think what I've been doing is, at the end of the night when I make my food plan, just down the side, I've just been jotting down a few things I'm grateful for. And that is what I am calling journaling right now. Because this journal is supposed to be a gratitude journal, but it's kind of dumb. I mean, it's not a gratitude journal. It's more of just journaling prompts. It's called the Instant Happy Journal. It's 365 days of inspiration, gratitude, and joy. But I've kind of found it to just be basic. Like I opened it up and it says, so what's on your mind today? It's not really that great of a prompt. So I'm getting rid of this, and I'm just continuing the other journaling. So anyway, I'm gonna try to wrap this up before it becomes a problem with the time on YouTube and all that. But I just kind of wanted to just basically touch on detoxifying and kind of speeding it up if that's at all possible, and any suggestions anybody has on speeding it up, as well as why it has been harder the second time around. And I also just wanted to talk about simplifying the journaling. I don't know, learn from my mistakes, I'll learn from yours, and that is it. So I hope everyone is feeling amazing. I know I am feeling better today, so I hope everyone else is kind of starting to get that pickup as well, and hopefully you never went through the lull. You felt great from the beginning. And on that note, I will talk to you guys soon, and thank you for being there for me, and I'll talk to you later.